All right, welcome back to our lesson, PHP Advanced. And last time we stopped at this stage where we made sure that everything is set. This is Bootstrap, jQuery, and the like. So the page was at this level. So today we are continuing. We are going to make our UI more interesting little bit. So what we're going to add in this, we are going to add tabs. I like tabs because I don't like to create many pages. So with the tabs, we have all things done at one particular place. Yeah, you are with me, Remy Gakwaya from Technolab, where technology are created. And that's the place that people are being trained about technology, about software development, about entrepreneurship, and the likes. Keep with us. Let us continue. So, as I said, this is not the bootstrap is not ours, so we should follow the instruction from the bootstrap. And this is only by going to the docs. Docs will guide you on what the bootstrap can do, how can it do its things, and the like. So we're going to go to docs, and if network will do anything, that's one of the challenge, but it's not. So we're going to search, we're going to use tabs. So we're going here to search tabs. We need to understand how do they do tabs in Bootstrap. Because if you don't go through all this, then you will not be able to create using Bootstrap. The docs documentation, that is the main thing which will guide you from where you are to where you should be in terms of Bootstrap usability. So I'm interested mostly on the tab and looking at the thing here. I think I'm looking for this because this is the one that I want because it has whatever I can add. But yeah, so to make tab like this is how we do. So we'll copy this code, and now we need to go back to our coding space. We need to go to our coding space and paste it. So this is our code which was doing, which we started the HTML, and the below here is where now we need to paste our tab code. So yeah, let's put it properly. Let's put it in a certain way because it's under UL, so it has to be I'll have to in indentation. And I pressed it inside the H3, which is not supposed to be. So I'll remove the H3, return it where it's supposed to be. And I think I have something to show you now. Let's see. So if we go back to our page and if I refresh, if everything is good, we have now our tabs. So the first tab, we call it dashboard, and this will call add student, and this will call search for student because we have three methods. We'll go together, but this is the first level, and you are seeing that as we are going together. All right. So another thing that we need from the Bootstrap documentation, we need a table. So we can do that, but yeah, let's do that. So let's get the table. So there's different kind of tables in Bootstrap. There is this kind. There is these ones. There is this kind of tables. So it's all about what you think you want exactly, and then you use that. But preferable, I like something which is simple, clean, but to the point. So I think this can do a very good work. Probably, if that's not, yeah, any of that can do a very good work. I'm not going to span anything in my table. So I'm not interested with the spanning thing at all. Otherwise, yeah. So, okay. So I will take this, I will remove the span, and then I'll be able to go. So in the tab, back to the tab. So the tab profile, so I need to do them like this. I think that will assist you. Okay, yeah. So these tabs are made up with the list. So the lists are the ones that are making the tabs. This is the list number one, which is having home. So what does that mean? This means that if we need to add another tab, we need to add another list in this unordered list, which has been given a class of nav and the nav tab. So because of that particular setup that Bootstrap has worked on to make sure that the class navigator has a certain behavior and pattern. That's why it behaves like that. But as we know, lists will go a certain way, but with the modification of CSS, can go the same in another way. So if we want to make sure we change this name of home, we need to go here to the home and write what we want. And we say home will change to be dashboard, right? That's number one. And the number two, the list number two will be called add students. And the list number three will call search for a search student. Let's make simple students. Yeah. Yeah, let us make this as simple as possible. Yeah. So remember, if you are using Bootstrap documentation codes, you need to know what and where. You need to know the basics actually. If you don't know the basics of HTML, it will be very, very hard. Even though you saw I copied the code, but if you don't know where to go, then it will take you another time. So you must know the basics and then you go together. So if I refresh here, I will have what I wanted. So I have dashboard, I have add student, and I have search. So on the dashboard, I will have simple the table. On add student, I will have simple form, and on search, I will have simple form, but which you also need to get the result. I'll go back to dashboard. So today we are going to go to dashboard. So on the dashboard, so if you see the tab, going back to the tab, so let me make it big so that we can go together. So if you see the tab, which is this one, this define one tab. So if I want now the content of this tab, if I want the content of this tab, I should go to the div part of tab content. So tab content will be defining all the content for each tab that has been created on the list. So on the number one here, we have tab pen and this ID is home. Why this is important? Why this is important? It's because with this ID, that ID is the one that this list, this dashboard is searching for. So if we change here, so now we need to be smart, man. We need to write our own code. So we need to put here dashboard with small d. And if we leave that way, we are going to have a trouble. We are going to have a challenge because if we refresh, this one will no longer functioning. As you can see, it's not showing the sign of interlink. And let's be a little bit more real. And if I say, okay, let me go to here and put content, just say dash h1, h1, no, h4, h1 is too big. Eh? Yep, h4, and there I say dashboard. So if I do that and I refresh, but when I go, this can no longer take me back to dashboard. Why? Because we changed things that are not supposed to be changed, or we didn't know what we are changing. So the moment the moment you want to make this look customized to your feelings, you need to remember where you are touching and what you are touching. So if I put it here, dashboard, I need also to put this thing on the part of dashboard content, tab content, where there's ID, to make sure that it reflects that. And that will be the same if I don't feel like, no, I can't call it profile. This is not a profile. This is what? This is add student. So why should I call profile? So I'll say new student. And when I come to dashboard ID, I say, no, this is new student. And yeah, I will start now expanding the code. Say h4 add new student. And lastly, and I love to give space so that I can be able to see when things are not working. I can be able to trace where the things are not working. Yeah. So otherwise, you get stressed. You hate coding, and you start saying, "No, I should write my own CSS." It's good. It's good, but don't reinvent the world. That's one of the main things that we must follow. And here, this will be search. So search students, search student from this. And remember, we are getting rid of the code, the thing, and then we moved it to this will be search student, student. Or if you remember, we can make it short form. So it's you deciding that, not me. I'm not in power of the power you have. Yeah. So good. So there's a lot of things you can modify, which I'm not going to waste this precious time of yours to modify, because they are not much my concern. This is just the code I took it, so I should keep it the way it is to keep the integrity of Bootstrap. That yeah. So we are almost done. We are almost done. Now we are remaining with one more thing. Here we need to see a table. Here we need to see a form, and here we need to see a form. So with that in mind, you can go back to documentation and check the form So I will go back to full screen so that you can be able to see, well. And here I will search for form. Yeah, because one more thing that we need to make clear: Bootstrap is CSS, and if you know the classes of Bootstrap, you don't need to do what I'm doing. You can do all the things within your code, so you can be writing. So, but if you don't know you haven't looked at it, and I'm doing this because of most of us, we haven't looked at Bootstrap specifically. So, and it's not part of this lesson at all that we have to learn about this and that. That's why I'm trying to make sure we cover the main part of it easily and to the point. So, okay, back to the main thing. So with the form here, we see most of the time they used input, and then there is form control, which is a class. So if you use form control as a class, you are going to get the result as what you see here. It will be depending on you, but otherwise, we are going back to our code, and from that we are going to make sure that, so on the dashboard, on the here we have our form and form, and this form, remember, so remember that you need to know what you're going to put. So input, mm, input, input type, this will be text. Input name, that should be name. I'm not sure. Let me check here. Let me check from my server here because this will tell me. So if we are going to add get student by ID, add a new student, we need a name and location. Yeah, so we need name and location from the user. So here we are going to put name, and we are going to put input text location. So one more thing. If we are doing this form and yeah, method post action will be server the PHP. All right, we are remaining with one thing. Input submit. Yes, I need the name of that. This will be new, add new student, but I'll also have to add value for this, so that submit, it will be showing. If I go and I say, if I follow what Bootstrap has advised me, that I can use form control, then I can go with that. And yeah, so class form control, yeah, form control, and I can do that to the rest of the thing here. With that, if I save that, I check my application and I come here. All right, this is not reloaded. So I have my very ugly form, which is almost covering everything, and I don't like that. So I should make changes of that, but I have my form and the one more thing. There is one more thing in the Bootstrap. One more thing that we can use to put what? To put what? What do you want to put? To put texts in the form, yeah. To put text in the form, and that is pre-code placeholder. So if we put placeholder, because I like to use placeholder to keep this information clear here. That's what is this for, what is this for, and we can reduce the size. This size is up to you. You can use column things to make sure that it fits exactly what you want. So let's go back here and we put placeholder, placeholder. And the placeholder for this is called provide location. And the placeholder for this is provide name. Okay, yeah, we'll purchase once in the future, man. We will. We'll purchase that. Yeah, man. Should do that. All right, so now we have this. We have provide name, provide location, and we are done with the add new student part. We are done with the add new student part. We go to dashboard where we said we need to get from Bootstrap and we need to get table. Did we finalize with the table thing? Yes, we are finalizing with it now. So we can use the simplest one here, which is already here, and I will take that one. I will take that one. I will come to my dashboard part. Boom. But I'm not going to do any column span. Okay, so I'm going to be having that. So I have to have one more tab. This thing we'll do later. I'll just I'll just do that for the sake of now and let nobody. Yeah. Right. So we're good to go. We are good to go. We have the table with contents. We have the ads where we are going to be adding and sending, and we have the search, which we need also one more form for search. So with form search, we need to go back to number 3, which is here, and we say, all right. So here we need a form. And inside this form, we just need one input type text, and the name search, placeholder, search for students. And boom, one, and there we say submit, name, name of the submit button will be part, search part. Value, I will use that because I will use that. I'll use the name on the button. Value is search. I don't need much. I don't need a lot. I'm good. Okay. So with this, we have our dashboard, our add student, and our search part. So everything is set now. Only we don't know where this is going to send. So let me do one more thing here quickly, which is action. Remember, you have to put action. Which action are you going to take? Server.php, and the method is going to be post. Apart from that, I think our UI is ready. It's ready now to be code application. So now you can present this. You can present this to a competition that we are doing of making web app, and you can win your whatever they will be giving. But until this data is real. But if this data is the way it is, then you are Googling. But if this data is real, then you're not Googling, you are coding. So for today, thank you very much. Let's stop from there. From next time, we'll now continue with now connecting the table to the database and making sure that we see exactly what is in the database using this part. And we go with add student, and then from there we go with search, And if possible, we do some other interesting things. But for now, the user interface is completed, and you're with me, Remy Gakwaya from Technolab, where technologies are being created. I'm sure it was interesting. It was interesting to go through Bootstrap without more explanation because there is a lot of resources that are giving you a lot of information from the Bootstrap about Bootstrap. But mostly for any developer, please don't only depend on other resources, but also put more effort to go through the documentation of the particular language you are learning. That's the main best source to be able to be the best if you want. Yeah. Until next time, let us meet again and let us see how the app will now start looking. Thank you very much. See you next time.